Hello, friends, family, followers, guests, and any others out there that pick up on this. I was thinking about the election in Georgia for the senators, and in thinking about it, reminded me of a conversation I had with my father, who was somewhat direct and blunt. And I was young, and I was trying to figure things out. And I asked him, what's the difference between a whore and a prostitute? And he basically, what he said was that a whore is somebody who screws around because they need attention, like the attention, so on and so forth. Well, a prostitute gets paid for it. That left me thinking about just before the Senate election, when we were down to the final vote. And a person named Joe Biden, he promised that if he was elected, that he would see to it that everybody got $2,000 additional stimulus money. That was after, I think, the $600 had already been approved, but I'm not sure on that, and I'm sure one of you will certainly let me know if that's not true. But here's the bottom line. I'm sure that some of the R's and a lot of the D's who otherwise might not have voted for Biden and might not have voted for the people they voted for the Democrats, so that he could hold the Senate and be able to accomplish his goals. I'm sure they voted for the money, for the stimulus money. And the question came to my mind, is those people who did it for the money, they don't have the personal integrity of the outline of the Constitution. Those who did it for the money, what came to my mind is, are they whores or are they prostitutes? Did they sell themselves for the promise of the money? Or did they just like the feeling that they get from the whole thing? So for those R's and a huge number of those D's that voted on the D side of the ticket, I can't help but wonder, and I don't have any answer to my wondering. I really try to stay away from wondering. I like to deal with the scientific facts, the actual science and application. The fact that 2 masks now are better than 1. Tomorrow it'll be 3 masks as a matter of crowd control and exercising governmental authority and getting the masses. Pretty soon it'll be 4 masks, then 5 masks, then 6 masks. Yeah, that's 6. 6 masks. So I saw the other day, yesterday, or maybe this morning, where they're going to let 35% of the people in some restaurants in some state. Why not 35.6%? Why not 38%? Why not restrict it to 29%? What is the science? How did they arrive at that figure? And there's a piece of this whole thing that makes me wish I was practicing law. Never had a client in the administrative environment, which is where this really is, lose in the administrative environment at the federal level. That's because they can't do it right. So in doing it right, the devil's in the details, and they don't follow the details. They don't have the science. They can't sit down and say, well, this many people in this establishment and this many people in this establishment. And they do it by administrative order, what we call executive order for the executive branch. And executive orders are limited by the law, and they're just a whole nother thing. I was going to keep this short, so I'll stop right there. And another day I'll give you, I'm somewhat of an expert on the administrative law and executive orders. And it would be fun to give you just a little piece of what is actually wrong and how, if that is fought, they can't win. But the problem is, you don't either if you become the object of an overzealous executive branch administrative agency. They will cost you. But so much for now. Have a great rest of your week, Thursday, Friday. For the weekend, I'm going to maybe another gun show and just enjoying myself. I hope all of you can stay safe, have peace and joy in your lives, and that those that you love can stay free from the corona. The next bout might be worse. One of the questions to ask yourself on the corona, here I am talking again, but one of the questions to ask yourself on the corona is, back in the day, when we had, I think it was called the Spanish flu that killed millions and millions of people worldwide, there was a small group that got it and didn't die. What happened in that scenario? And I'm not going to give this away, but I happened to talk to a man 35 years ago. I talked to a man who told me about what they did to overcome that, and the people that they took care of, not one died. Not one. I'll give you a clue. No, I won't. We'll save that for another video. Have a great day. I hope you have the rest of this week's great and you have a really fun-filled weekend. I know I'm going to.